Good evening. We have with us Lamorne from the Angel Network. How are you this evening?
I'm great, thanks, Dina. You look amazing.
You look amazing, and you are wearing fully in the theme, the glitz, the glamour, the stars. Tell us, how did you decide what to wear this evening?
I went to my only designer, Hayley Joy, in Dunkeld, Johannesburg, and she created something to make me look as thin as I'm able to look.
It's Joe Bouquet.
Took my advice from one Howard Saxton.
And have you ever got any expectations of the awards?
No, it's nice to meet and mingle with the Jewish community. It's a very important community in South Africa. And as you know, the community has made a huge contribution pre-democracy to our country and is a very important part of our economy.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
And liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
The crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger honored us by the manner in which they lived their lives. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them this morning, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye, and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God.
Ministers and deputy ministers to work tirelessly.
We learnt our faith from the TV screen.
And Poor's cut the South African government credit rating to that of junk status for the very first time in more than 17 years.
Mr. President, South Africa finds itself in a crisis. And remove Minister Batabile Dlamini from cabinet to safeguard South Africa.
The question is not keeping quiet enough to bring those culpable to book?
I won't stand for president because of a woman.
I therefore determine that voting on the motion of no confidence in the president on the 8th of August 2017 will be by secret ballot.
Once again, we've proved that the ANC is the organization of the people.
President Trump declared that his son-in-law Jared Kushner could broker the toughest deal in the world, lasting peace between Israelis and Palestinians.
Where we agreed that the government should call a general election.
A politician who's neither left nor right.
I'm sorry, no, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
This explosion coming about 10:45 p.m. local time.
Bob Dylan is one of the best-selling artists of all time.
today the greatest choice before the Middle East, to be a Middle East of independent political states.
The chairwoman of Women of the Wall has reportedly approved Sharansky's plan.
Hello, my name is Lior Keinan. I'm the ambassador of Israel to South Africa.
That third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
Each year for the past 19 years, we have gathered here at the Jewish Achiever Awards as proud South Africans, believing that our best days are really still before us. Despite recession, despite political decay, despite rampant kleptocracy, tonight we reaffirm our belief that when the sky is darkest, the stars will shine more brightly. Across the backdrop of South African skies, our galaxy of stars tonight will illuminate the country and the world. We are honored to be joined tonight by many ambassadors and members of the diplomatic corps, but I want to make specific welcome and acknowledge the presence here of former Minister of Finance Pravin Gordhan, our former Public Protector Thuli Madonsela, our former Deputy SARS Commissioner Ivan Pillay, of Minister of Basic Education Andy Mochecha and Professor Motoli Mochecha. A special welcome to the Leader of the Opposition, Musi Maimane. A great welcome to the Leader of COPE, Mosuya Lokota. We are enormously honored to have the Mayor of Johannesburg, Herman Mashaba, in our presence. We welcome Binginkosi Dlamini of the IFP. We have many members of Parliament here tonight, MECs, members of the ANC National Executive Committee, and I want to make a special welcome to Professor Nevutanda, who comes here as the special designated ambassador of Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa. Given such an illustrious audience, all protocol is observed. We, as Jews and South Africans, have really seen the fruits of our redemption as we have moved from slavery to freedom, from violence to peace, from ashes to resurrection. We measure ourselves not by our numbers, but by our impact on society. But life and peace and freedom are all fragile. And that's why they need to be nurtured and they need to be nourished. And that is why our message to all the politicians here tonight is very clear and very basic and very simple. Our message to you is that every rand that is wasted, every rand that is stolen, is a house that does not get built, is a pension that does not get paid, is a student that does not go to university, is water that does not get delivered. We are dangerously sitting on the edge of a precipice in this country. We can never allow our nation to slip back into the abyss of despair. The problems we face today are man-made and can be solved by the men and women who are sitting in this room today. Our hope is really what drives us forward. Our hope is with relentless optimism. And for our country and for our land, because this is the land of miracles. The land of miracles because we as penniless refugees, most of us who came from Lithuania, and we have the Lithuanian ambassador in the audience here tonight, we came as penniless refugees from Lithuania. We arrived facing almost certain death in Eastern Europe, and we arrived in this country despite its racial tensions and fractures, and we lived amongst the people who did not think we were worthy to live amongst them. But the Torah demands of us to be a light unto the nations and to heal the world. And now, more than ever, our moral leadership will define who we are as a people. Tonight, we will be celebrating 9 remarkable South Africans, each one of whom have changed the very fabric of our country. They are role models, they are inspiration to all of us. They are joined by an honor roll of hundreds of people who've won before them, of thousands of nominees over the past 19 years, each of whom has been an activist in the field of arts or science or sports or culture or business or entrepreneurship or leadership. And over the years, we have honored some remarkable people: Johnny Clegg and Peter Dirk Ace, William Kentridge and Philip Tobias, Raymond Ackerman and Helen Lieberman. We've celebrated people like Brian Joffe and Adrian Gore, the Michelle family and the Donald Gordon Foundation. The list of stars is absolutely endless. Our community were the ones who created the trade union movement in South Africa. We were the communists and we were the capitalists. We were the industrialists and we were the humanitarians. We gave birth to people like Joe Slovo and Ruth First and Rusty Bernstein and Arthur Goldreich and Esther Basel, and people like Sheila Weinberg and Jill Marcus and Arthur Chaskelson and Elby Sachs and Helen Suzman. And whether it's Operation Hunger, or whether it's Morris Isaacson School, whether it's Africa Tikkun or Lily's Lee Farm, the fingerprints of our community are indelibly marked on the history of this nation. And these stories are important, and these are the stories that each week we tell in the Jewish Report newspaper. Because we believe in freedom of the press, we believe of freedom of the press in a free society, and that is the gift that democracy has given us. So all the proceeds of the Jewish Achiever Awards tonight go towards the free publication and distribution of the South African Jewish Report newspaper. Each week, approximately 62,000 people around the world read what we have to say, and they thank us because we tell the stories of the intersection between our community, between the fabric of South Africa, and the world at large. The board of the Jewish Report is young, enthusiastic, and determined to make a difference. More than anything else, though, they provide a moral compass for our community. We thank our 4 panels of judges and to Garen Chaitovitz from Grant Thornton, who audited the results this evening. But most importantly, we thank all of you here for your continued support for the newspaper. And we thank our sponsors, to APSA, to Distel, to Kia, to Europcar, to the Creative Council. You are our true friends and partners. But APSA is our special partner and funder, and we are so proud to be associated with them. Tonight, we deliver on their vision, a vision of integrity, service, and excellence. We are so delighted that so many of our community bank with APSA, and we are also delighted that so many of our winners just so happen to be APSA clients. But they win not because they're APSA clients. They win because APSA to them represents the best they can find in a bank. A huge thank you to our professional staff, to Felicity, Mark, Petter, Nia, Brian, and Britt, and to our volunteers, especially to Dina Diamond and Lana Roy, who make miracles as they juggle these awards with career, with family, and with life in general. This year, we had more than 400 nominees for the 9 awards that we'll be giving out tonight. So please, raise a glass of the remarkable whiskey you have on your table, and let's drink Kol L'chaim to our galaxy of stars.